What's going on, guys? It's Noah here, and I'm back with another tier list video. Sorry for the lack of uploads recently. I'm gonna be honest, I'm lacking motivation to play Pixel it's really hard to battle the gyms, and it's just kind of grindy. Let me know if you want to see it, where I kind of like go on more adventures and sort of collect Pokemon and look for shinies and stuff like that, and less of like beat the gyms, because I didn't realize the gyms would be that difficult to beat. I didn't realize they scaled like that. So let me know, because I would love playing Pixelmon like that, but beating the gyms and just kind of grinding through is kind of annoying for me, because they're scaled, and so I have to grind 10 levels or 12 levels or 15 levels at every single gym. But Pokemon Diamond Randomizer Nuzlocke should be up tomorrow. I think this video is going to either go up on... I'm recording this on the 21st, so the Diamond Nuzlocke will either go up on the 22nd or the 23rd. I haven't decided yet, or maybe both days. I'm not sure yet. But this tier list is going to be, as you can probably tell from down here below me, it's mainline Pokemon games. So I'm probably going to start from Generation 1 and just go from there. Which ones I've played, haven't played. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do an add a row below. Cool. And then I want to go options and make this one have not played generation. So that's like if I have so this one's like for the generation if I haven't played it. So like, for instance, I've played Pokemon Soul Silver, but I never owned Heart Gold. I'll rank both of those in like the same sort of category, pretty much based on which legendary box art legendary I like better. Like it'll only be one tier up and down. It won't be like one will be in S and one will be in C, or even one will be in A and one will be in C. They'll be either in the same tier if I like them similarly. So say say I like Ho-Oh and Lugia similarly, I would put Heart Gold and Soul Silver in the same one. If I liked Lugia a little bit better, then I would put it in B, or the exclusive legendaries, I would put it in the one tier above, but that'd be maximum. So let's start with Generation 1. I actually have played through Generation 1, or I've almost played through... I played through Generation 1. I don't know if I finished it. It's Pokemon Red is what I played through. So that's the one I'll be ranking. I mean, it's the OG Pokemon. I really liked it, because just to see what Pokemon was like back then, because I started Pokemon Diamond. I don't know whether to put it in S, because it's the sort of... It's the OG, right? But it's also just not quite as put together of a game. Like, there's a bunch of exploits and glitches and stuff. I'll put it in A. It's a good game. I'll put Pokemon Blue in there as well, because these are, the same game, basically. Good games, not great games, but they're the OG. Honestly, if I was ranking them without, like, if they didn't have the OG sort of factor, they would probably be B tier games. They're just not that great. But I like them. They were good. I started with Charmander. These two are definitely my favorite starters. I like them better than Bulbasaur. I think that's fairly normal. I know my brother, like, his favorite out of the three is Bulbasaur, but I like all three. Like, they're all three very good starters. But I started with Charmander. I got Pikachu, I think Kabutops, and a couple other Pokemon. So they're good games. I don't know if I ever finished them, but they're good. I know the general storyline and stuff like that. They're good games. Yeah, I mean, they're solid. They're OG, and they set the standard for Pokemon games in the future. Next up, we have Pokemon Yellow, and I think this one is way cooler. I think Pokemon Yellow is S tier. I think they got rid of a few of the bugs, not all of the bugs, for sure. But starting with Pikachu and having you play almost as Ash Ketchum was like a really cool idea, and I think Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu kind of later on, these two games, they did that, but not to the extent that Pokemon Yellow did. Pokemon Yellow is excellent at that, and you could get all three of the starter Pokemon. It's a great game. I really liked it. I feel like they maybe could have done that with later Pokemon games, where you got like a one-off Pokemon, like say, I know people were saying it'll be Let's Go Togepi and Pichu for Johto, but just something like that where there's just a one-off Pokemon like that everybody likes that you could just get as your starter and then pick up all three of the starters. I like that concept as a third title game, like Emerald, Platinum, Crystal, more than that sort of title like Crystal, Emerald, and Platinum. Next up is Silver and Gold, and I haven't played either of these games. Now, I have played a Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and I'll talk about those later, but I never played Silver or Gold. They, I believe, are on the Virtual Console, if I'm not mistaken, so I might eventually pick them up, because that's where I played Pokemon Red, was on the 2DS Virtual Console. But I never played these games, and I didn't play Crystal either, so I'm going to go ahead and stick that in here. But I know they're very good games. I know the general premise of them, but I'm not going to rank them because I haven't actually played through them myself. Ruby and Sapphire. Now, I have played them, but I never owned the games. So I've played through, or I've played, like, not played through, but I played a bit of Ruby. So I'll rank these two, and I'll put Emerald in here because I haven't played Emerald. But I liked Ruby and Sapphire. I thought they were very good games. Do I want to go B? I feel like they were good. They had less glitches. I'll put Ruby and Sapphire in A tier because they had less glitches than Red and Blue, but they're not as nostalgic, I guess you could say. Yeah, they were good games. They definitely had some solid.
Are you doing a tier list without me?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But it's Tier List Tuesdays with the brothers.
But yeah, I like Ruby and Sapphire, but they weren't quite as good. Like, they weren't S tier, I don't think, like Pokemon Yellow was. Pokemon Yellow was fantastic. Fire Red and Leaf Green. Now, I didn't play either of these games either, which I feel really bad. I haven't played any of the original games. I feel like any of the Game Boy games. I never owned a Game Boy, so that's kind of the problem with that. I've owned every other console but the Game Boy. So I could play the Virtual Console ones, and I played Pokemon Yellow on my cousin's Game Boy. Same with these two. But the other games I never got to play. I feel like I might have played Fire Red, but I don't remember enough about it. They're good games. I know they're remakes. They're solid. They've got basically Ruby and Sapphire graphics, but they're the Kanto games basically. I really liked it. I really liked them. They're good games, but like I've seen people play them, but I've never played them myself. So I'll go ahead and put them in have not played. And then next is my favorite games. Listen, I'm gonna rank Diamond and Pearl fairly. I think Diamond and Pearl were okay, maybe not fairly because a lot of people would put them into B just because of the lack of. Like, the lack of regional Pokemon, they just weren't very good. But they were challenging. They were still good games. Maybe I should put them into B. So it was my first game. So for nostalgia purposes, I would put them into A, but I think B is probably fair. They were good games. They weren't great. I do like the storyline. Nah, you know what? No, the story moves into A. The storyline's excellent. I really like the Team Galactic storyline. It's great. It's amazing quality, like quality story. And whereas the Pokemon you can choose from is kind of limited, they did a good job with the story, and so I think it's not S tier because of the Pokemon that you can get, but it's the story is excellent. Platinum's the next game, and it is S tier. It is better story, a huge variety of Pokemon you can choose from. It's difficult. It's not a pushover game like some of these other ones down here that we haven't ranked yet. It's a great game. It is, in my opinion, maybe one of the best Pokemon games of all time. I think Emerald would be in there as well. I just haven't played it, but I've heard Emerald's fantastic as well. Platinum's amazing. It's a great game, for sure. High quality story, high quality Pokemon, wide pool of Pokemon you can get. Yeah, it's just excellent. Next up is Pokemon Black and White. So you could only get Unova Pokemon in this game, or in these games. I'm going to put them in B just because of that. They're good games. I don't know, their story's really good. I'll put them in B. Yeah, they weren't great. Like they're okay. B is kind of like my okay tier. They were okay games. Their story was great, but like I said, you can only get the Unova Pokemon. That's kind of a selling point for me. Like I really like to have a wide variety of Pokemon to choose from. But the story was very, very good. I really like Anangetsus' storyline. The reason they're a tier below Diamond and Pearl is one, because I have nostalgia for Diamond and Pearl. Hate me all you want. They're excellent games. The Elite Four and Champion in Black and White are not nearly as good as they are in Diamond and Pearl. Like, Alder is not nearly as good as these two. Whereas Getsus is a little harder than Cyrus, but like just having that fight with Cynthia at the end of Diamond and Pearl is fantastic, and you just don't really get that. It just kind of feels anticlimactic. Going back and fighting the Elite Four and fighting Alder after beating Getsus, it just doesn't feel great. Black and White 2 are better because you do kind of get that. Where's White 2? Where's White 2? There it is. Sorry. But yeah, Black and White 2 are better games. You have a wider pool of Pokemon. They're good games. They're not great. They're solid. They have a wide pool of Pokemon. The battle with Getsus is still good. It's still very good. The story is excellent still, and you have a little bit stronger of an Elite Four and Champion. So for that reason, I'm going to put it just a slight tier above Black and White for slightly better Elite Four and Champion and a much wider Pokemon pool. Oh shoot, we skipped over Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I'm going to put them into B tier as well. I really like them. Like, they were good. I really like the idea of going back into Kanto, which is why I would put Gold and Silver probably in B or A. But I don't know. It had a weird feeling to it for me. I know the remake games, and the remake games are good, but it just felt almost like a carbon copy, whereas Fire Red and Leaf Green weren't quite that, and then Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire aren't carbon copies at all. But I don't know. They felt sort of, yeah, carbon copy-ish. But they're still good games. They're not bad. C is like the games where I'm just like, yeah, I played through it and I enjoyed it, but it wasn't great. And that's where the next games are gonna go, I think. Yeah, X and Y are the next games. And they were my first 3DS games. They were everybody's first 3DS games. But they're just not great. It's super easy because of the experience share. It just mind-bogglingly overlevels your Pokemon. So the game becomes super easy, and you get Mega Lucario just in the middle of the game. They give it to you, and it just runs through everything. It's just crazy. Like, it's just so easy of a game, and the storyline's not great. It's just not as good as the rest of them. I'm just going to leave it there. It's just not as high quality of a game, in my opinion. Like, they could have been. Like, the idea, like, the Pokemon are cool. Like, I like Xerneas and the Yveltal. They're both very good Pokemon, and, like, the region's really cool, but it's just, like, way too easy. Next up we have Sun and Moon, and I actually never played through Sun and Moon, which is a bit weird. But I never played through them, so I don't know what kind of Pokemon are there. Like, I know obviously you can get their regional Pokemon, but I don't know how expansive the dex is, which is kind of, as you can see, a sort of important factor for, like, Black and White would probably be A tier if they had a more expansive dex. If you could get pretty much any other Pokemon than Unova Pokemon, they'd be an A tier. But yeah, it's just, I never played Sun and Moon, so we're going to stick them down there. Ultra Sun, however, I did play, and I think it was I'm struggling to put it between B and A. We'll put it in B. They were good games, like, they were okay. I think they might be A tier just because of the Rainbow Rocket saga. Like, the post-game story was excellent. Like, super high quality. It was my favorite post-game to play through in any Pokemon game. Definitely. Like, no chance that they wouldn't be. They were excellent games. From what I understand, these two had a bit of post-game to them that Red and Blue did not. Like, the Sevi Islands, I think it was, something like that. But, so they had some high quality post game, but the Rainbow Rocket episode was excellent, as was these games, which I realized I should have put in here too. These games I also played through with my brother, actually, a little bit. He played through them, and I played alongside him, I guess, for his first time through, but he picked it up very quickly and went himself. These games have an excellent post-game story with Rayquaza and Deoxys, and they changed the story just enough from Ruby and Sapphire so that it's just super, super well done, and they fixed it to have Megas, and, not fixed it, but, they changed it to have Megas to fit the generation and these primal forms. It's an incredible, these actually might be S tier, to be honest, but I'll leave them in A for now. They did an incredible job. These are the best remakes so far, in my opinion. I haven't played these two, but Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were excellent remakes. Let's go Pikachu and Eevee. I haven't played yet. I have a Switch, so these will probably be the next Pokemon games I play. If I were to rank them now, they would probably be B or C tier. I really don't like the catching mechanics and the grinding mechanics, and from what I understand, they're kind of easy games. So I'm not sure, but like I said, I haven't played them, so I won't judge. Sword and Shield, I'll give them B tier. The story's not great, but there's a hugely expansive Pokemon roster that you can choose from, so that's excellent. So maybe they're A tier, I don't know. The story's not very good, which is kind of something like X and Y level story, in my opinion. Although you did have the whole, like, AZ thing with this, but I like the Darkest Day kind of theme. But I don't know, there was just no evil team in Sword and Shield, and I think that just knocked it down a level for me. I really like having to fight through the evil team and just kind of, beat them and defeat them before you go take on the champion, and you just didn't really have that. Like, you just had to fight a couple people to battle Rose and then beat the champion. Sorry, Sword and Shield spoilers. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, that's my tier list. I don't think I want to change anything. Maybe move these games up to S. That would be my only thing, I think. Maybe move these down to B. That would be my only thing, though. I think I'll leave it here. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, I think it's a shorter tier list video, but if you guys enjoyed it, leave a like. Hopefully, I'm planning this massive tier list with a bunch of my friends. It should be awesome. I think you guys will really enjoy it. And like I said, Pokemon Diamond randomizer should be up in the next couple days. And I'll try to be more regular with my uploads. It's kind of a hectic time for me right now as I'm about to start school. Once I get a schedule going, it should be a lot easier. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.